everyone, Cornish Chris, welcome back to my channel. Well, you find me here today back on the River Tay at Lower Bolfracks, one of my favourite beats on the River Tay. I'm here by myself, taking my time. I'm going to have two enjoyable days here. Now, this is a fantastic Upper Tay beat. It really is good. Just above me, for reference, above me on the next beat on the right bank is Upper Farleigh. And below me is the Aberfeldy Angling Club. And so we're about, I say about 3 miles above Aberfeldy. It's a great location, really peaceful. Yeah, it's quite close to the road in parts, but it's a great fishery. Now I haven't been here since at least, I think it was the 15th of October 2023, the closing day actually. It's a great group of people who come here. You know, really cool guys, and I get to fish with them as well up on Tulkan, on the Spey and various other places. Yeah, so if you're looking for a reasonably priced salmon or trout day ticket, then look no further than Lower Bolfracks. For me, for this these 2 days, it was £35 a day, which I don't think is really too bad. It's about, I'd say it's about 2.5 kilometre long beat. Lots and lots of named pools, and a good variation for both spinning and for the fly. Now today, most of the pools I think will be fishable by both methods, but of course I'm going to go with the fly. There will be a couple of places that I'll point out as we're fishing, which I think is probably more suitable for spinning rods than the fly rod. But I'm looking forward to 2 fantastic days, and this is like my it's my second to last day on the River Tay and the second to last day of my campaign for spring salmon in 2025. I got 1 more day booked in back at Upper Delvin, and I'm fishing with my good friend and fellow YouTuber Robert Does Fishing, so I'm looking forward to that day. But then after that, that's it, back home to Cornwall, back to the grind, and yeah, look forward to my next trip in May or even July. Anyway, if you enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to get me a massive thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and I hope you enjoy this video. Proper job. Cheers.
Right, well, welcome back to the channel. Cornish Chris. You find me here on the River Tay at Lower Bolfracks for 2 days of fishing. Beautiful day today. I'm starting off at the top pool, which is called Neil's. Now, in high water, I would have said that this pool is probably mainly going to be for spinning, but as the water's quite low, you can cover it with a fly. Just above me, to my left, there's a croy, and I just sort of hopped in just about there. I've got a rod on the other bank as well, but I think that must be Lower Farleigh. I don't think it's Lower Bolfracks. I think it's just single bank. It's so nice to be out again. I'm just fishing the Loop Q 15-foot 10 weight. I've got the intermediate shooting head on, and I'm using, for the first time in a long time, I'm using some Leader, L-E-E-D-A, 17-pound breaking strain tapered leader. Just, you know, when you get those packets in your fishing box and you think, gosh, I really should just try using that, rather than just using my usual Maxima Chameleon 20-pound tippet. Yeah, so this is called Neil's Pool. Last time I fished from here, I had to fish off the wooden boardwalk, which Jim has clearly put a lot of money and time into creating and renovating. The water is gin clear here as well. Casting off the left shoulder, left bank. I'll probably end up doing a bit of left bank work and probably some some snake oil casts a little bit later. That was an awful cast. Theo's out with me again today. Fly choice, of course, from Matt's Trig. You can find out more about him at fishing_Swede. That was lunch, and this is what I was fishing with this morning, and they're going to change over to something maybe just a little bit bigger. A little pot-bellied pig, I think. Okay, so this is Dalraw Pool. I think it's actually, I'd say it's probably one of my favourites here at Lower Bolfracks. Fish is well in all heights, really. Fish is good at the top part of the pool, so long as you can get your line out sort of towards that bank over there, and then the first half of your line is fishing, really, and that's how you just cope with the sort of, not a back eddy but slacker water here. Top of the pool, you need to be out a little bit. It's quite deep, sort of like about waist height in this depth of water. You probably can't see it from the camera angle, but the front half of my fly line is fishing, whereas the back half here towards the rod end is pretty stationary. Yes, it fishes really well. It's a really nice pool. There's a bit of a little wade you need to do to get out here, but it's really not challenging. I'm so keen on this pool, this Dalraw pool, because I've seen fish get caught out of here. And one other thing to point out, if you're considering a day ticket here, is that they provide nets, you can see, and the nets are in those posts and they're padlocked into place, and it's just the same code that you use for when you book. It's exactly the same code on all the coded padlocks. So I think that's just a nice little feature, you know, just a nice little touch that they put in. As you kind of progress into the middle of the pool, it becomes a little less deep. So now, you know, when I started out, I was just above waist height, and now the riverbed is coming up a little bit, so that when I'm sort of out in the middle of the river, should roughly be around about thigh height. And that's when the pool, I think, really comes into its own. Getting casting a line out there is important too, and if I can, I'll try and get a line out as far as the opposite bank, just to catch the stream on the far side. Does mean I just need to wade out a little bit further. Yeah, like that. Very cool. So can I say huge thank you and welcome to everybody who's joined the channel recently, much appreciated. I love going fishing most of the time. I mean, sometimes I've had enough of it, you know, the frustration of not catching anything, but you know, the thing is, fishing for salmon is challenging at the best of times. Fishing for a spring salmon, in other words freshly out of the sea, is even more rare. And you've just got to be out in it, fishing. Whee! Now, apart from me doddering all over the place here, I was about to say, the wading for most of the pools actually are pretty good. Not carpet slippers, a little bit challenging underfoot, so if you're a bit unsure or a bit unstable, then, you know, I'd recommend a wading stick. I'm not using my wading stick in this pool because I've fished through it a fair few times now, so I kind of know what to expect. That being said, good to be careful and make sure you have your life vest just in case. Really pleased actually to see so many more fisheries insisting that people have a life vest of some description. I do think it's a necessary part of the outfit, safety wear. Because you know, a couple of years ago I fell in at Upper Delvin on the River Tay, and I had a life jacket on, but I only had one that just went around my armpits, and ever since then I've got myself now a, what's it called, Waveline or Waveline life jacket, and it has a groin strap, which it certainly does give me a lot more confidence. Should I get into trouble, I'm not going to be sort of ending up with the life vest around my face and me sort of dangling under it like some kind of weird puppet. Oh, that's a nice cast. Come on, that deserves a fish, doesn't it? Good cast like that surely deserves a fish. So today, river's dropped considerably from the last time I fished, which was at Merthley. The river was right up. Now it's come down considerably. The water up here at Lower Bolfracks as well is often gin clear. I mean, I can see the bottom. So your approach really does need to be stealthy as much as possible. I think most of the water is coming out of the Lower Tay. I think also the line might be, river line might be one a little bit up from me now, so that could be the only source of any kind of colouring. But in general, this beat, Lower Bolfracks, and mainly a lot of these upper upper stretches tend to run pretty clear, even if there's been a lot of water. Oh yes, that's right, the River Lion and the River Tay, they join at Upper Farleigh. There's a fantastic pool at Upper Farleigh where those two join. It's a really good holding pool in lower water conditions. So what I've been able to do is I've been able to come all the way down from the top of Dalroar and basically wade through from the head all the way down to the tail of Dalroar, and then down through this glide section, and now I'm into the house pool, wading. Brilliant, easy wade, very easy wade at this height, of course. Yeah, it's a lovely section, this house pool. Now I remember what it's called. Because directly above this this pool is Bolfracks house. Yeah, obviously I haven't caught sight of any fish or anything. That's to be expected, I suppose, in March. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to now get into the head of the pool, getting a little bit deeper here now. Maybe just make my way out towards the bank. Oh, that's a good cast. Shut up, Chris. Yeah. I've really enjoyed today. I'm hoping we can have the same type of nice weather tomorrow. Right next to the road. It's just an interesting one, actually. I looked at it from the drone earlier, and right in line with my rod tip there's a massive sort of shale bank, and then the water seems to funnel down into this sort of like a little channel here, little funnel, and sort of you've got like a bit of disruption up there, then a little bit below it you've got another sort of rock section, and the channel tends to just runs all the way down, and it kind of seems to go out towards there's a boil and some rocks out there, There's a middle section here, and then right down at the tip, or not the tip, but certainly the tip of my rod, in line with the camera, there's a croy sticking out. So the plan for today, plan for fishing this pool is, I had a look up at the top there and I really couldn't see anywhere that looked pretty tricky and pretty gnarly. So I'm dropping in here, just sort of at the top of the hawk pool, and I'm gonna stick quite close to the bank. River's flowing quite nicely, quite speedy through here. So I've gone with the intermediate tip, the 9-foot tapered leader, and this is the fly that I've tied on. This one, you can see that. So yeah, anyway, that's what it looks like. Yeah. So this is effectively, this is day 2 of my adventure here at Lower Bolfracks. Yesterday I spent the majority of the day at the top, or the top half of the beach, or the Delrora and those kind of pools. But this is always worth a shot down here, and I don't think enough people actually come down here. Yeah, but it's worth giving it a crack. Wading's a bit trickier in this pool, I would say. It's well worth it. Well worth giving it a go. Just starting out with a short line. Don't need to go out too far. This is probably about far enough, really, as long as you can cast a good line. That's kind of what you want to be doing. So just stick with a short line out. Yeah, see, it swings around really well. Fishes nicely. Nice bit of movement for the fly. I got both rods set up today. I've got the what I'm fishing with now, which is the Loop Q, 15-foot 10 weight, with the Loop SDS shooting head system and a Loop running line. The reel is the Loop Evotec G5, which is a lovely reel. Looks good too. Yeah, so I've got that set up, and then I've also dusted down the trusty old Shakespeare, which I have loaded with a floating line, but a super fast sink tip. Well, not super fast, but you know, a super fast sink tip. What the hell am I talking about? Anyway, so I've loaded that up with the fast sink tip, just because I want to fish off that croy, and it looked really deep. And I thought, well, there might be something lurking in there that I could get a fly down to. Weather is absolutely beautiful again today. Yesterday, it ended up at 19 degrees. Couldn't believe it. 19 degrees. 2nd of April in Scotland. And then today it's shaping up for being another hot one. As you may know, this is I've got one more fishing day tomorrow, and then that's it. That's the end of my spring salmon adventure. My campaign for spring salmon is over, and to date, not caught anything. I find that I am both philosophical and frustrated at different points throughout the day, especially if you've been fishing as hard as I have. But the fact of the matter is, I just love going fishing. Love getting out. Look at this amazing countryside, you know? Yeah. It's idyllic. And then we get an upstream breeze. And then we get an upstream breeze. No, it is absolutely beautiful here. So I'm not sure right now whether I'm gonna make this into 2 videos or just into 1 video. I'm spending a lot of time and energy in making my content now. And remember, I make this content regardless of whether or not I catch a fish. For me, it is all about getting out and doing it. And I make the videos for my own enjoyment. Because if I don't enjoy filming them and making them, and I try to pander to what other people want, I'll just lose interest. At the end of the day, this is a hobby. You know, I have a business and an income. I don't do YouTube for that. But if people watching my videos could just, you know, help me pay for a couple of day tickets, that'd be really cool. You know, through the YouTube, getting money through YouTube. Yeah. So, you know, I never really went into it thinking I was going to, you know, make a fortune. And surely, if I caught more fish and I was more lucky, because that really is all it is, you know, I'd have more viewers and more subscribers. But you know what? I'm really grateful for everybody who is subscribed to this channel and is watching and supporting. Most appreciated, seriously. It's all the way down through the hook, and as you can see, very close to the Croy now. So my tactics for fishing this Croy, rightly or wrongly, so I'm just going to stand roughly here. I might work my way down just a little bit more, let the fly line come round on the intermediate tip. I'm not going to go past the Croy because it looks effing deep the other side. In fact, as I'm getting towards where Theo is, it's getting a bit deeper now and fast. So I'm going to hop out, and then I'm going to actually put the intermediate head, I'll put the loop cue with the setup off the Croy, and then I'm going to grab the fast sink with the Shakespeare and fish both depths. Back out with the Shakespeare Oracle, the 14'9" Scandi, 10 weight, and the old trusty rod. Feels weird to be casting with it again. It's pretty knackered. I've lost a couple of eyes off it, you know. Yeah. Yeah, but it's I've set it up with the fast sink tip. Just want to fish this seam. Don't need to do too much casting with it, just need to get the line out. I remember how much effort you need to put into this into this rod to get the line out. Still letting the rod do the work, you know. It's still a great rod. I'm laughing because it's, yeah, that's it. You got to really give it a. It's not so much on the forward the forward arm. It's the pull back to get that line out there. Okay, so that was lunch, and I have now walked down from the car park area where I was earlier on the bank there. I've walked through Lower Bolfracks fishing. Very tempting. No one on. Very tempting to cast a line on one of those pools, I can tell you. Very interesting set of opportunities there. And now I've come down to this section, right down towards the end of the beat here, just to fish this little corner. Right really at the top of where are we? Yes, that's Lower Bolfracks just above me. It's funny how the oh, crikey. It's funny how it works. So I've not actually fished this before. I've fished all the other sections, but I've never come down here before. And actually, I think I've missed something here. I'm just looking at the bed here. It's pretty rocky. So I'm just going to like cover this corner. So basically, what's happening here is this is Lower Bolfracks water coming out here, and there's just this one little channel. Here on this corner, I'm just looking. There's loads of what are we doing here? Okay. Note to self. See, that happened because I wasn't keeping the fly going. Let's see what's happened to that fly. Lost it, have I? Oh yeah, I've missed it. Home farm pool, I suppose, and this is the last pool on the beat. Road's quite close here. I was just fishing up in the corner up there. Really tricky wading through there. Struggled a bit, to be honest, and got out. So now I'm gonna hop in sort of like where this tree is, and I'm then gonna basically continue casting and making my way down to the end of the beat, which I think is roughly down there where that second croy is sticking out. And also I think I noticed that the flow is really starting to slow down about there, and I think that will probably do us, won't it, Theo? Hey, what time's it? 3 o'clock. Yeah, we've had a good day so far, haven't we? Well, let's finish this off. Let's finish this last pool, Theo, and then I think we'll probably call it a day. 2 amazing days here at Lower Bolfracks. Yeah, 2 amazing days. Yeah, I think probably hop in here. That looks quite an easy wade there. Over here though, blimey, I was all over the place. Really struggled. Yeah, see, even all that stuff, just big old rocks making up the corner. Theo, not that way. Stay. I alluded to a moment ago, this is the home farm pool, and I'm fishing really small. I'm fishing this one, and the reason I'm fishing this is because I've tried lots of different sizes so far today. I've tried really big flies, nothing's happening. I've fished lots of different depths. I've had the fast sink tip on, but the water, especially down here on this pool, seems to be quite low. So I'm going to fish this small fly and just see how we get on, really. Yeah, home farm. This is the first one for me. I've never come down this far, and now I'm starting to think, well, why didn't you? It's a lovely little pool, this one. Must say, so good to have Theo out with me all day. This little nutter. And I think, oh God, fishing. He brightens my mood no end. I'm knackered now. I am tired. Oh, it's been a long couple of weeks. Oh, I don't want you that far away. Good boy. Just stay close to me, please, mate. Stay close to me. Good lad. Come on, fish. For fuck's sake. Let's have a fish. Let's have a fish. Let's be having it. Oh, it's just lovely down here. Can't believe I've never been down here. Right. Okay, well that's it. 2 amazing days here at Lower Bolfracks on the River Tay. Highly recommend this place. I've seen the whole stretch now and it's long and there's lots of variety. I love the areas that, you know, given water height, could either just be spinning, which obviously I don't do, but also start again. Right, well that's it. Thanks very much for joining me. So that was the end of 2 days. Start again. Right, well that's it. I think I've had enough. It's just coming off for about 4 o'clock, and I mean I could stay on till much later, but frankly I've been here since 9 o'clock in the morning, I suppose, just before 9. I love it here. I'm so pleased to have decided to take 2 days here and fish and experience the entire stretch. It's so much longer, so much bigger than what I initially thought, and I've been here a couple of times before. I've never come down to this lower section, and I'm thinking what a mistake that was. Some incredible pools, some amazing scenery. It's beautiful. Mountains in the background. Oh, incredible. Granted, I'm here in an unseasonably sunny April. Who'd have thought it? But it's beautiful. I'm just sat here at the home farm little rain hut thing, just a little shelter. There's loads of these along the bank. So I'm very, very impressed. Rod rests, nets. You know, I mean, it really is putting in a lot of time and investment into this place, and I would wholeheartedly recommend you come up here for a day or a couple of days. I'll put the his details into the description if you want to contact him directly, or alternatively you can find Lower Bolfracks on FishPal. Right, well that's it guys, thanks very much indeed. Take care of yourselves. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a massive thumbs up, and don't forget to click subscribe. One more fishing video coming on my spring salmon campaign, and that's me fishing back at Upper Delvin here on the River Tay with my good friend and fellow YouTuber Robert Does Fishing. Looking forward to that. Proper job. You gonna participate in the outro? Theo, you gonna participate in the outro? No. Yeah, I'm just going to lick my face. Thanks very much.